Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Wes. Dave up there spotting for us. We are Midgard Axe. Today I'm bringing you the 16-inch NedFoss professional Viking throwing axes. And as you can see in the intro, I've already started throwing these, but I'm gonna give you a quick breakdown of the specs of these axes. High carbon steel head. They say online that the Rockwell hardness is between 50 and 55, okay? The head has a really cool pattern. You get a beard here. I like this swoop up top. It does have a top and bottom lugs. There is some weight back in this area, but you can definitely feel that all the weight is in the front of this head, which is really nice. All right, guys, so for the handles, 16-inch beechwood, 16-inch. Straight handle, no flares, no knobs, no nothing. And I will tell you guys this as you look, the handles are perfect. Right where I would want them as far as thickness-wise. They're exactly where they need to be, in my opinion, for throwing axes. They do splay it over with a beech wedge, and they do give you a steel barrel wedge in the top to splay it over, which is nice. And NedFoss on their website says these are designed for throwing, and they've been really fun to throw. All right, so now that we got all the specs out, let's do some real-world specs. You know, guys, how I love doing real-world specs. Okay, so what we got here? 15.5-inch handle on this one. And basically almost 15.5. So we got a 15.5-inch handle. Bits, okay, what are the bit lengths? Okay, so on this one we got almost, I mean, it's barely there. I mean, it's barely short. 5 inches on that one. And on this one here, we got a little over, about a little over 5 inches, okay? So roughly 5-inch bit. My experience throwing these axes was really good. I think they feel really good in the hand, and I think that that weight for this head is exactly where it needs to be at on this 16-inch handle or 15.5-inch handle. It doesn't feel like the handle's too short. It feels like it's right where it needs to be at when you're throwing it, and it doesn't feel like you're having to loft it in there. It feels like all the weight's in the bits, and when you come down, it gives you a nice true throw. So I will say that the axe heads are really nice for axe throwing. The beechwood handles have held up. I haven't had any cracks or splits or anything, and I've been throwing them a pretty good amount, and I haven't had any issues with them so far. So they've held up really well. Guys, these bits were really nice. They came really sharp. And of course, they came with that nice polish on them. I took them right out of the box, started throwing, and they started sticking. So there really wasn't much I had to do with the bits. They came really sharp. There are a couple things that I noticed I want to bring to your attention. Number one, the bit profile. The bits are straight, okay? They do have a nice profile, and they're nice. But I will show you guys this. We'll come around the camera here and show you. Okay, so in my experience, in my personal opinion, I feel like this is too fat for a throwing axe to be labeled a throwing axe, okay? I feel like these cheeks could have been a lot narrower. I feel like it's a really fat transition to the bit, okay? But that doesn't mean that it's not good. That doesn't mean you can't use it as a throwing axe, okay? I'm just saying if you're going to label it a throwing axe, I think that those cheeks could have been a lot thinner. I did notice something when I started throwing these axes, and I'm going to come around and show you guys this, okay? This axe here on my left is good. No movement at all. It is fine. This axe here, I've got movement on the head, and as you can see that space right there? I got space on the left side. I got space on top, okay? So with that being said, with that space right there, here's what I noticed. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but I'm going to show you guys something. See how thick this wooden wedge is in this one and how thin this one is? There's space in this head, okay? As I said before, this axe right here is good. It's nice and tight. It's not going anywhere. But this one right here has space in the top. And I will tell you this wedge right here is not nearly as thick as the wedge in the other axe over there. So you have space, which of course, guys, caused, as you can see here, we've got movement. The head is moving on the handle. And as I can show you here, when I stick it into the target, look at that. There's movement, okay? Is it a huge deal? Not really. These handles are tapered. They do have shoulders, okay? So what I have to do is take this steel barrel wedge out, drill out this wedge, and all I need to do on this one is just put a thicker wedge in there. And with putting a thicker wedge in there, it'll soak up that axe eye and prevent this head from moving any longer. I will give you guys my honest opinion and tell you this. NedFoss makes some great axes. Those all steel axes are great. they're indestructible almost, and you can just beat those things up and they throw them, and those things last forever. The wooden handled axes that NedFoss provides, I think the heads on them are really good. They hold up. The high carbon steel on this one's nice. The bits hold up really well. But I will say this, I think NedFoss should take a little bit more of a dive into their wooden handled axes and how they're hafted. This is the second time I've done a review on wooden handled axes made by NedFoss, and this is the second time I've had a head come loose after just a few throws. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm just going to take all that stuff out, put a bigger wedge in it. It should fix the problem. But I do think that that's something that they should know about, because this is the second time this has happened with a wooden handled axe. Is it a huge deal? No. I can go in and fix that pretty easily, take out the steel barrel wedge and put another wooden wedge in. That's not bad. With that being said, guys, I think these are good axes. Just understand that you might have to fix that wedge when you get one if it does happen to come loose, but it should be an easy fix. As long as you get one with a shoulder and it tapers down like these are, it should be a pretty easy fix. I do think, though, they should go back to the drawing board, because that should be something that should be fixed from the factory. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go in and I'm going to fix this head for you guys. I'm going to make it tight so it doesn't come loose, and we're going to do a free giveaway on it. But I'm going to do something a little differently. I'm giving these away separately. So I'm going to do 2 giveaways on this, and I'm going to do these on a live. I'm going to give these away on a live that's going to be upcoming soon, okay? So stick around. I'll make the post on there about when I'm going to go live, and on that live, I'm going to give these away to you guys, okay? Thought that might be a fun way to interact with you guys, do a live giveaway, throw these things out there and give these to somebody who might take them and throw them and make good use out of them. So guys, in my personal opinion, and I'll be completely honest with you guys, it just really sucks, because I see potential here. These are really decent heads. They really are. For the price, they're decent. I just wish that they wouldn't come loose a lot. I mean, this is the second time I've gotten an axe that comes loose from them, and I really wish that they'd really paid more attention about these axe heads and how they're seated on these wooden handles, because they're all steel axes, are fun and good. And these heads are good. I just wish that they took a little bit more time in making sure these things were hafted correctly. But that's okay. I can fix it. Like I said, this one right here, guys, is golden, okay? It's golden. It's not going anywhere. So this one sat really well. I think the biggest issue with this one, like I said before, was just that wedge. I don't think the wedge was big enough. It didn't splay out into the axe eye, which is, when you have space up in here, it's going to cause the axe head to come loose. It does every time. So, you know, that's just something that you have to pay attention to when you're hafting axes. But thanks for sticking around with me and Dave. I appreciate everybody's time and support. I got some really cool reviews coming up next. Got 2 or 3 axes inside that I can't wait to throw for you guys. And I got some interesting shorts coming up next week based on Halloween stuff. So it should be a good time. But thanks for your time. Thanks for putting all the effort into this channel. Thanks for being a part of this community. And until next time, guys, see ya.